Hey everyone, Cahlen here, and I have just begun an epic 60-mile journey through the crater or the valley of a supervolcano on my way back home to the farm. So basically I'm going to be walking through the woods. There's this spring up here that I've been to, and it's going to lead me all the way around basically the north rim of the volcano, and this whole leg will be about 32 miles, and most of that is the upper north side of the volcano, so it's a big one. Anyways, so this will probably take me at least 3 days, but I'm giving myself up to 6 to make the 32 miles because this is going to be a really nice place, and I don't know if I really want to be pushing myself really hard. I think I'd like to just enjoy it a bit. So anyways, once I finish that section, then I will be meeting up with a friend, and I'll probably stay the night at their place, and then I'll set off on the last half of the journey, which is like 28 miles, I think. It's hard to estimate because also the path is not for sure, may deviate. But anyways, I got my backpack here, I got my bedroll here, got everything I need, including like 2 weeks of food. So I'm set. And it's probably gonna be like a week before you guys get a video or more. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll put up part of the video when I get to the house, so maybe just 5 days or so. But it'll be weird making a huge amount of footage and then, you know, having not be able to upload it for so long. But hopefully that doesn't get weird for you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna show you a bit of the scenery around here. Here's the road I'm walking up. We've got a river flowing down that way, and I'm walking up this way. Sun's about to come out. So I'm about 2.5 miles in. Quite a bit of this has been uphill, and I'm feeling really good. I've optimized my pack to basically be really lightweight and still provide everything that I need for survival. And then, you know, food is heavy, and I'm not carrying water because I'm going to be hiking along a stream most of the way, so no need to carry all that weight, thank goodness. Like how my hat is. It's one nice thing about this hat is you can flip on the back so it's not hitting on the backpack. It does look a little weird. There's also sombrero mode or something. Anyways, it's a nice hat. So I'm leaving a little bit early. Ooh, look. There's the sun. I'm leaving a little bit early because while I have the ability to suffer people who would be insufferable to most others, there's always a limit to that. And it's been, I think, 2 weeks now, and basically it just got to the point where it's like I was like setting boundaries very clearly. Totally should be totally fine thing to do, and not only was it ignored, but even though it was heard and understood, but it was continually then broken purposely in response to me asking for that behavior to stop. So I don't need money, and I like the idea of walking 60 miles. I was thinking of doing this anyways. So that's one nice thing about this life. We all depend on various people for various reasons. We're often locked into our relationships even if they're abusive. Well, when you can have everything you need in your backpack to last you 2 weeks, and it's not even that heavy, you know, why not go have a good time instead of hanging around someone who wants to make you feel bad all the time. So anyways, that's why I started early, but I think I would have done this anyways, honestly. So I'm not sure if I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to be meeting up a friend, and I think I mentioned that, but the friend may be joining me for the second half. So in case I didn't mention that, now it is officially for sure mentioned. So I'm walking down this dirt road here, and this is not marked on the maps. And the reason I went this way, the river's down there, and there's a county road on the other side of it that goes along it. But that road goes through someone's property, and well, technically I'm allowed to use it. I feel a little bad doing that, so decided to try this little adventure. The only problem is that I don't really know where it's going to go, and this is kind of a little bit of a cliff down to the river, and so it's possible this diverts farther than I want it to. So to find this, basically I had to walk a little bit up the way, and there was a trail marked, a short trail marked, but it went across a gate, like a residential gate that was locked, but there was no trespassing sign. And you're allowed to cross fences and gates if someone hasn't posted notice that they would prefer you not to walk on this land, then you know no one owns the land. Anyone's free to use it. So who knows why they put a gate up, but why should I don't have to presume that they put it up because they don't want me going through. And actually, even in a legal system that stands up, so you do have to post no trespassing, or tell someone that they're trespassing and then they don't leave after you give a notice in order for them to actually be trespassing. So even if I am on private land, I'm not trespassing. Okay, so now I'm cutting down. It looks like there's a gradual slope going down the river, so we'll take a look at if there's any place to cross. This is a big tree. Look, it's I don't know what happened there. Maybe some bear was gnawing at it many years ago and just kind of grew like that. So here's a little campsite. Nice spot. I don't think anyone's been here in a while though, seeing as there's a tree across it. And the river's down here. Have to find some place to cross, and it looks like up there might be good. Yeah, check it out. So this log was probably already here, but then someone cut those and put them across, so handy. So this stream is where that giant fish came out of. It's the same stream, and this will be the same stream going the entire way, well, most of the way. And it is chock full of fish. So this would not be a bad place to come back and hang out for large periods of time if you needed to stay away from people. So now to cross the river, I am right next to the road. As you can see, how do you do this? How do you do this? There, right there. That's hard. So that's the path. That path goes right up onto the road. So I'm going to be taking that road for quite a long time. So check this out. This is a stream, and it's got quite a bit of greenery growing up, and you know, way more than could have grown since the last pretty serious snow. So this is hot spring country. We are on a giant geothermal site, a giant volcano, and so there are lots of hot springs. And up about a mile or two, there is one of the best hot springs in the area. Very warm, very remote, and very comfortable, like lots of space. I'm probably not going to go in it. We might take a peek. You know, there might be naked people, so I may not film. But anyways, this was all growing during the winter because the water coming out of the ground here is warmer than everything else, so it keeps it above freezing. That's the other side of the canyon. The river's down that way. And here's the trail I'm walking. You can see in the distance there's a roof. It's an old, kind of abandoned house. Oh, it looks like the door's even open. Someone probably broke in. But I think it belonged to like the Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or something like that. And then the hot springs are up that way. I'm probably not going to go. Just it's, you know, getting wet and then walking some more. Putting clothes on walking is kind of annoying. That probably seems crazy to a lot of you. Like, why wouldn't I? It's like half a mile up the hill. Well, it's half a mile up the hill and then a mile back, right? And plus, I mean, if I hadn't like spent many, I have had many experiences in hot springs, including these hot springs. So it's not as novel to me as it probably would be to most of you. Here's a closer look at that house. See, the stairs are rotted and broken. Chimney's kind of coming apart up there. There's graffiti all over this thing. Might be an outhouse or something. Yeah, people definitely breaking and entering here. And I guess there used to be electricity, but I assume no longer. And there's the power pole that goes to the house, and this power line runs. This is about 6 feet off the ground, right? So I could touch this. Sounds kind of dangerous. So up there is where the hot spring is, and all this flowing down is from the hot spring. So you can see, we see the very green plant life because of the warmth. It would probably be warm to the touch actually at this point because we're so close to the hot spring, and it flows down into the stream. Yep. Backpacks are big. Check out this cool bridge. So this is pretty much as far as I've been. So everything else will be new. I've never come in the way I did, so I'm glad to have found a new path, but I've always wanted to keep going that way and see what happens. So here we go. Looks like someone made a little dam here. I bet that's good fishing right up there. And the sun's finally poking out, showing its face to the people down here in the canyon. Here's a closer look. And I think I'm about 6.5 miles in. It's 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. So made it pretty far already. I wanted to get at least 9 miles, and I'm 2/3 of the way. So I think I'm going to stop here, enjoy me some sun. So here's my lounge spot. Got my bedroll, which has my sleeping pad, a summer sleeping bag, and also my poncho, which is my shelter, all rolled up in there. And I can also just use it and lay on it right now, kind of lounge against it. And I got my backpack here with the solar panel charging the phone that I'm using. Well, that was a nice little nap, and my phone's all charged up, so I'm gonna keep going. Here's another dam. Sentries guard the road. This is the stuff that's really good for making cave out of, because you can just basically chip it off really easy, but it's not likely to fall on you. Starting to enter the caldera, or the crater of the supervolcano. You know a road isn't getting used much when there's trees growing in the middle of it. Now we're officially in the caldera. This is just one small section of it. This goes way out there. But there's multiple giant sections just like this. We've got this swampy area here. And it all flows underneath this bridge that I'm on here. And I think I'm about to diverge from the water. The stream's going to go that way. I think I'm going that way. So I'm going to get some water. They've got this fence to protect the stream from cows trampling over everything, so I'm going to need to crawl underneath, but it's got plenty of room to crawl under. So it's noon. I've hiked almost 9 miles, maybe actually a little more. I haven't actually checked, but I've now filled up 2 of these and cleaned them with the flooring docks. One of them will be for drinking. This is the first that I drink today, so it's about noon, and I just started drinking 9 miles, right? I find that once I start drinking, I start wanting to eat. So I also, when I'm doing intermittent fasting, I also, I don't know what would be the name for that, but basically I don't drink water until the afternoon. So anyways, that's what's going on. It's getting windy enough that it's actually starting to get cold, so I'm putting my jacket back on, and I think I'm going to start looking for a place to sleep for the night, just hang out and chill, let my body rest, and then take it easy. Here's my lunch. Big bucket of coconut butter. Just take this knife and stab at it, get chunks off and eat it. I also have rice, lentils, and quinoa, but I don't think this is a good place to be cooking, especially with the wind going at this speed. So I'm going to start eating early and just try and eat the coconut butter. And the reason I eat early is I need to eat it slower, because if you eat this stuff too quickly, then it will go through you in an unpleasant way. So I'm going to try and spread it out little bits over a long period of time. And we'll see how I feel tomorrow after only having this to eat. Last time I did this, I felt like I had fasted, but I didn't do what I'm doing right now, where I'm spreading it out. So we'll see if that makes a difference. So after eating some coconut butter and laying around for a little bit, got bored, and it's only like, what, 1:30, 2 o'clock? It's like there's so much more daylight. I might as well keep walking, right? The only thing that's bothering me is the shoulders kind of hurt where these straps dig in. That's pretty normal. And also where the bag has a kind of a belt thing there. That eats into the hips a little bit. But it's really not too bad. And it'll just be kind of a minor annoyance the whole time. The main issue is that kind of in front of my upper leg, where it meets the hip, starts to hurt if I walk uphill for a long period of time, but if I take like a 10-minute break, it like resets it, so I just have to take a lot of breaks. So we'll see how far I get. Got a little pond here. Can you hear the frogs? See how there's hills in this plain, this grass plain. There's flat spots, and then it raises up way out there, raises up where I'm sitting basically, and that's the liquid hot magma deep down below us, putting pressure, upward pressure, and actually pushing these hills up. Magma. So most of the streams in this area flow down from this area, this caldera, due to basically the snow melting, and this is an example of that. You can see it flowing underneath. This is all from that snow melting. You can see it bubbling in there, and it flows all the way down this road. It's like a uber windstorm. I'm guessing like 40 to 50 miles per hour. It's like blowing me off of my feet. You probably can't even hear me, huh? like some sort of weighing thing because it's got gaps on all sides. I don't know much about raising cows, so if you know what this thing's for, let me know. This building has a panel in it. Might be getting power. And also there's an access thing there. And again, that's right next to the weighing thing. There's an old house down there. I doubt anyone lives there anymore. Made it to 14 miles, so that's almost halfway, and then I got really tired all of a sudden, so I just sat down in front of this tree to block the wind because it's going crazy. It's probably going to be a crazy night. I think it's supposed to be windy tomorrow, so that means I can't cook tomorrow either, which means I have to eat coconut butter again. That might be a problem, but anyways, I'm probably going to go to sleep now. It's only, what time is it? It's only 6 o'clock. But I'm pretty tired. 14 miles is pretty good. That's quite a bit more than I thought I would get, but I think I'll probably do a lot less the next 2 days. So, before we go to bed, just a quick update on how far we made it. This was the starting point over here. 14 miles to here. This is where I am. And then we got 16 more miles to go. Right here is going to be a little bit difficult because I have to climb up the ledge of this crater basically, and then it's going to be all downhill from there to the destination. So I'll probably not push myself as hard the next couple of days, just because especially this part is going to be difficult.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.